Oh my gosh, a hype train. Hello. Good to see you all. What are we doing? Welcome to Spooky Tuesday. I'm your host, Robot Spacer. Good to see you, Celtic Delta. Hope you're doing well. 6-7, thank you for the hello, and hello to you as well. Silver, good to see you, and thank you.
Hello.
Unsecret Crush, thank you for the 25-month subscription. Appreciate your support very much. Val, thank you also for the 25-month subscription. Appreciate all your support very, very much. Music is a little too loud. Everything feels very weird, but that's probably because I haven't done this in almost a month. And thank you for 14 months. Appreciate all your support very much. Derek Ironbutt, good to see you. Ready for some island murder mysterying? Me too. I'm very excited to get back to this. 6-7 says, I can't join in the sub fund. Mine's in 10 days. Well, your support is appreciated regardless. Summer, good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. Can't stick around since it's quite late here and I need to sleep ASAP, but looking forward to checking out the VOD to see what's going on with this game. Have fun. Thank you so much, and thank you for stopping by. Hope you sleep well. Derek Ironbutt, thank you for the hello. New year, new spooky. Yes, exactly. Calendar. Oh my gosh. So much hype going on here. Kyle, thank you for 10 months of support. Thank you very much. Afton, good to see you. Recovering from a cold. Yes. We spent Christmas in a house full of sick people. I tried to get home before I got sick, which I was successful at. I didn't want to have to fly home on a plane in the middle of a cold because I've done that before. And I've had to do that like a couple times, and like the ear pressure is just extremely painful. I always get a real bad sinus situation when I am sick. But almost better now. Still a little like sniffly and coughing and stuff, but not too bad. I at least have a somewhat normal-ish amount of energy for the first time in a while. Dronon, good to see you. Started writing my English guide to this game. The How the Game Works section is a bit over 4,000 words. Next to the hint section, it's daunting and I'm not sure how to approach it. Interesting. Very excited to check that out eventually. 6-7 said, I wanted to hear a story about how this game has rewired your brain so much that over the holiday you completely missed eating on time. Oh, I do that. That's normal for me. Can't believe the communicability of these communicable diseases. I know, right? It's terrible. Until Crush says, literally the day after my sister picked us up from the airport, she was like, I don't feel well, and was like, then I got it the day after Christmas. Yeah, and then Unsecret Crush was sick for like a couple days, and she had decided she wanted to stay in Seattle a bit longer, so she didn't have to fly while she was super sick. So I was like, okay, I'm now sleeping next to a person who is sick. Like, I'm for sure gonna get sick any day now. So I figured it was best for everyone if I kept my original flight home and got back here before I got sick myself. Interestingly, we both took COVID tests and both came up negative. I feel like mine must have been the flu. Mine felt different from a normal cold. Like, I was very, very achy and tired the first few days. More so than any other symptoms. And then it started to feel like a more normal cold at some point. I don't know. Jonan says, I got sick not because of other people, but because I stressed myself out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Got over that. Now my body is up to something else, so who knows? Oh, well, I hope you are feeling better soon. Can definitely relate to stressing yourself out into becoming sick. Certainly been through that before. Hinton, hello, good to see you. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. I did, I think. just hard to keep track of everyone. I sent Amy home before me for both of our sakes. Good. Heard RSV has been rampant. Interesting. That's mostly like a respiratory thing, though, right? Both of us have had, some coughing, but I would say it's mostly been like a head thing. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it seems like there's all kinds of stuff going around. All right. So, Maupiti Island. Last time, I was trying to remember what the heck we did last time. It's been so long. I remember that I spent a lot of time kind of failing to make any real progress, but then at the very end, we encountered something very exciting, which was a note hidden in... Oh, shoot. Hopefully I can find the details here. Okay. It was in Anita's room. We found it at 8:30 a.m. on the 1st. And it said to meet whoever wrote the note at the well at midnight. So presumably that's referring to midnight on the 31st. We don't know when the note first appeared there, but it was definitely in a spot that I've checked earlier in the game. I've received a level 1 hype train emote. Very exciting. It's a new one. They add some new ones finally? So exciting. You probably just have the post-Genshin concert blues. No, definitely not. I was sick well before Genshin concert. If anything, I think Genshin concert improved morale somewhat. Oh, just added this week. Interesting. Okay. My brain is maybe a little bit slower still, so please bear with me. Especially while I try to keep up with chat. Adds, when does the note in Anita show up to his huge list of things to check? Yeah. I would like to narrow that down, but definitely the priority is actually witnessing that meeting. And it'll be interesting to find out who was the one that left the note. Presumably, the note was written by someone who is not Anita and then given to Anita. I don't think we necessarily know that definitively, but that makes sense given we found it in her room. I don't think we have anything else in particular to check on. At some point, I'll probably want to review my highlighted notes here. But let's load up a save. And we need to figure out where we're going to start off here. My most recent save is in slot 1. Okay, so this is right after we found the note. It's February 1st, and it is 10 to 9 in the morning. Okay. Yeah. And I think the note was in this little jar thing, if I remember correctly. A letter. Is that the... I think that's it. Okay. Be at the well tonight at midnight. I have things to reveal to you. A friend who wants to help you. Okay. What are these green pixels? Are those always there? You're potted. What does that even mean? Okay. So we need to, in order to witness that meeting, we need to go back in time. I'm trying to think of what we want to... Oh, another thing is we can't really... switch around to different save files. I'm just trying to think of how we want to start off here now that we've loaded up this save that is well after the thing we're most interested in seeing. We'll maybe just continue and then start over when we die or lose. We're getting close to the end of game time here, I think. Let's see. What date is this? February 1st. Okay. So here's my schedule spreadsheet. So the meeting we want to witness is right at the top of this sheet. And then we're currently around here, 8:30-ish. Oh, very near future, someone gets shot. Roy and Chris get shot at by someone. Right, I think that was a thing I was trying to figure out when we came across this note, is if there's any way we can find out more about who's shooting at Roy and Chris. But then, okay, so we have basically until the end of this day when we will get a game over for having failed to solve the mystery. Probably the thing that helped me most in my recovery from illness was Robin the cat, who took advantage of me staying in the spare room. Multiple times a day, she would insist I boost her up onto the bed with me to watch out the window for intruders. That's wonderful. I'm glad Robin was able to offer you this service. Dronin says, I will say there are a few spots in the game where you can take even if look at doesn't reveal details. Maddening game design. Ah, that is interesting. That is interesting. Where did you park the DeLorean? Unfortunately, we don't have one. Oh, Bob's here. Do we have any reason to talk to Bob? Maybe not. Oh, Bob might be the one that left Anita that note. Because we have a note here that Bob goes into Anita's room right around midnight. Oh. Bob also, we talked to him in Anita's room during that time at one point, and Bob was like complaining that Anita stood him up or something of that sort. And my assumption was that they were supposed to meet in Anita's room, but now that we found that note, I wonder if he's the one that left the note and she didn't show up at the well at midnight. Which is a little bit of a bummer because that means there's not going to be anything to, overhear or anything, but maybe we can still learn something. Oh wait, I have a note under Anita's column that just says well, but maybe I just wrote that after we found the note. But after that time, Anita is out Anita goes for a walk. So she does at least make an attempt to meet up at the well, it seems like. Because otherwise, that's like a little bit of a weird time to go out for a walk. Especially with given that she has that note. Why didn't you take the item that you didn't know was there, Dev? Exactly. This is a you problem. Okay. Puzzling. And another thing we still have to figure out is we had the recent discovery that the note I always assumed was the one successfully getting us into Juiced's house was not in fact doing that. It's simply, his house is simply unlocked at certain times. But we did find the key to his house after he dies. So that will get you into his house when it's locked. But that means the other key we found, which belongs to Anita, we did not know what it's for. It could just be a key to her room, but that's like never locked. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it could just be a little bit of a red herring. But basically, we haven't found a use for the other key. There's this door on the left here is always locked. At least it's been locked every time I've tried it. And it's locked right now. And then there's also a bookcase in here that at some point gets smashed open as if someone was trying to get something inside it. Before that, it is locked. Well, I mean, it's still locked, but there's not much point in unlocking it now. I just noticed there's a gap here. Like there's a dark area. How did I not ever notice that before? I had to write this down. Oh, my notes. Okay, so this is the third shelf from top. Bookcase. Third shelf from top. Second book from the left. Seems to be missing. The question is it always missing? That doesn't take. I've looked at this image multiple times and clicked around trying to, figure out if there's something different after it gets smashed, but I don't understand why I never noticed that gap. But I feel like that's got to be what was taken. Well, we still don't know how to get in there before whatever gets taken out of it. Let's see. We have self-search. There we go. I'm not sure which key that is. I think that's the one we find in Anita's room. And then I think this is the key to Juiced's house. It sure seems like it would be helpful to know what that tag says on it, right? It's got to have some kind of markings on it. It can't just be a completely blank tag. But I don't think there's any way to look at it. Like, I'm pretty sure, well, we'll try this. Let's see, we can drop it off. And then search. And then we can attempt to read it. Yeah, without interest or unreadable. Look at, nothing special. Okay. Let's review the timeline here and see if there's anything else we can investigate. Game Dev Jeff. Game Dev Jeff, thank you so much for 6 months of support. It's good to see you. You're doing well. And I just realized I have not done any shout-outs, but we'll start with you. Okay. So we're currently at, it's now almost 10. We've been standing around talking to ourselves for an hour. Roy and Chris are going to get shot at soon. 2024 needs more shouting. I agree. I'm trying to think if there's anything, like, what's the best thing to try to learn more about this person shooting at Roy and Chris. Like, is there a particular spot that would be good to try to observe that? It happens on South Beach, so we probably want to be somewhere in that vicinity, right? Here we go. So we currently we're at Maggie's, which is right here. I'm not sure exactly where South Beach is, but it's probably down here. It might be over here, but you know, it's on the south part somewhere. The pond is way up here. I don't know where the garden is. The pier is probably too far away. And Juiced is way up here. Let's go to South Beach. So Roy and Chris are here right now. But we haven't heard the gunshot, so I don't think they've gotten shot at yet. Let's talk to Chris. Efton says, what if there's clues you can only find when you get to dinner on time? What if? That would be terrible. We'll never win the game if that's the case. What are you doing?
I'm taking a walk.
Okay. So I assume he has not gotten shot at yet, or he would have mentioned that.
Everything was as usual.
Got the time between seeing the muzzle flash and hearing the shot to know how far away it is. Good tip. Thank you. Okay. Let's check our menu of things we can ask about. What's your opinion on? Yeah. Okay. Oh. When did white slavery get added to this? Oh. There's some like newspaper you can look at that talks about that. And I think I have mostly not been bothering to read that because, you know, we looked at it before. There's not a lot of information on it. But now that I know it gives us a topic, I need to make sure to look at that. I can't remember where that is found. We have Juiced's death as well. I've been trying to fill out a list of all the topics that get filled in here. So eventually I can, you know, basically use this as a checklist to know certain things I need to do to unlock all the conversation options. For example, you know, locked room. We just need to try to go into the locked room. White slavery, I think we just need to find that newspaper and look at it. The strong box, we need to go and see the strong box, etc. White slavery is such a weird term. It's basically what we call human trafficking now, isn't it? Specifically forced prostitution. That is my assumption based on what we know about the game. I don't think the newspaper article is very clear. But yeah, it has always struck me as very weird also. Celtic Delta says, Robot Spacer, the Apple Vision Pro is out soon. We'll be seeing your VR streams in a few weeks. You know, that's the thing I was thinking about is, I don't know if it's possible to stream from currently. I haven't heard anyone talking about if you can like capture um, from the device. I am kind of on the fence about whether to buy one. I am highly skeptical of it on a personal level, but on a professional level, a little bit tempted to just get one and learn how to write software for it and stuff. Just to, I generally keep up with Apple's latest devices, so it feels weird not to do that. Um, so yeah, it's kind of complicated, and it's also very, very expensive. But it's also a business expense for my company, so very tricky. I probably won't do any VR streams though, but I did think about that briefly. Ness, how is everyone coping with the heat wave we're having this week? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. It's actually quite cold here. We're having a little bit of a sort of a winter storm, though mostly it's just raining because it's been a very warm winter around here. Um, but still, in the 30s. Silver says it doesn't seem to have any video throughput from the early stuff, but the software isn't done, so who knows? Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, anyone that's used one at this point has been under NDA, I'm pretty sure. So, um, who knows? And also, like, heavily monitored by Apple. Like, no one's been able to just like take one home and experiment with it and stuff. So, yeah, I feel like at this point, there's no way to know for sure. Celtic Delta says, I've still not updated my apps, though I'd have more time. Thought I'd have more time. Yeah, same. I definitely was not expecting it to come out this soon. Um, as far as my own apps, my thought has been that like the iPad versions should work fine on it. So like that's fine until I get a chance to update them to be properly supported and have custom UI for the device and stuff. And I figure it's probably not too much of a rush. Like people aren't going to be spending a lot of time tracking deliveries on their VR headset. So honestly, I'm mostly interested in it ultimately for gaming. We have the original PlayStation VR. That's the only VR headset I've ever bought. Um, and it'd be nice to have something much newer and more advanced to play around with different games and stuff. But at this point, it's a little bit of a question mark whether the games I would want to play will be available for it. Though it does seem like Apple is starting to do better at getting like more prominent developers on board with their AAA games or whatever. But they got a long ways to go in that regard, certainly. Silver says, got to get Robot Spacer into VR so we can do a co-stream with Star Trek Bridge Crew, obviously. Interesting. I feel like I've heard of that, but I know very little about it. I can imagine what it's like, though, and I love it. I would love to experience that in VR. That sounds great. 6-7 says, Robot Spacer should get into VR so we can play my spooky game later this year, too. Ooh, that sounds very interesting. I would love to hear more. Hunter Crush says, I'll never call them by their proper name. They are the Apple goggles to me. Yeah, that is mostly what I refer to them as, mostly because of Unsecret Crush, and it's just funny to say. Celtic Doll says, I can't believe we didn't get one for $1 a euro like the Apple TV. Yeah, I picked up, actually, I think, well, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say that. But yeah, I got a cheap Apple TV. That was nice. I was kind of hoping that, like, I'd never thought we would get a Apple goggles for $1, but I was hoping they might, do some kind of discount for developers. Seemed unlikely, but that would definitely make me more inclined to go for it, even if it wasn't that big of a discount. You mean you don't want to do your work on the surface of the moon? Honestly, that's maybe the biggest selling point. I would actually love to do my work on the surface of the moon. It might be better that way. Maybe. I don't know why they added the surface of the moon as a place you can be in a virtual environment for. Like, it seems like a fairly short list of places you can use as a space to do whatever in. But for some reason, the surface of the moon is one of them. I mean, why not, really? But it is a little unusual. Resident Evil Village just came to iPad, right? Get that and Apple Goggle VR. Fighting zombies at my kid's birthday party. Yeah, it did recently come out. Both Village and 4 recently came out for all the Apple devices. So I assume there will be goggle support as well. But I don't think that's been announced yet. They announced a very short list of games, including Fruit Ninja or whatever. It was definitely not an impressive list. But I assume there will be more to come. Bridge Crew is a full VR Star Trek ship with each person taking over a different position on the bridge. The base game is TOS, but there's TNG DLC. Nice. That sounds great. I do want to experience this. Also, I want a Star Wars version. I won't tell anyone Celtic Delta. Oh, you posted the trailer link a while back? Shoot. Did I miss that? Or did I just not realize it was your game? I'll have to look for it. Doing my work in a dark room with little ventilation. Perfect. The perfect VR environment. If you do work on the surface of the moon, I'm going to need to send a rocket to tell you when to eat meals. That would be great, though, if you could. All right, let's get back to video gaming. Happy to post it again. Please do. Okay, so let's ask about white slavery, I guess.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Okay, fair. If somebody asked me about white slavery, I'm not sure I would know what to say either. I can't remember. One of the hardest things with the conversations in this game has been keeping track of what everyone says, especially since some people will give the same exact responses for different things. And this list is always changing. So my thought has been I'm not going to worry too much about uncovering every response in the game. But at some point, once I have figured out what all the items in this list are, we'll do a playthrough where we unlock all of them as quickly as possible, and then try to be a little more thorough about asking everyone about everything in the list. That seems like it'll be worth doing eventually. Let's ask about juiced stuff.
You can't escape destiny.
It's interesting. Okay, so I was just wondering if maybe they got shot at while we were in that menu. Okay, my notes say 10:30-ish, so I don't think it's happened yet. How could we figure this out? The most plausible thought I've had for where someone might be shooting at them from is like the roof of this building. But I guess I kind of feel like we're probably not going to be able to like spot whoever's doing it. We probably have to like follow people around, ask questions, etc., to kind of narrow down who would be in the right place at the right time. Better sleep, need to wake up in 5 hours. Oh my gosh. Have fun, Robot Spacer, and everyone. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you sleep well. Big problems that the Ogle Goggles will have is that they still don't have the technology to get Fortnite running on iDevices, so they're going to get left behind. That is true. It's kind of wild that that's still a thing. But I guess if you got two stubborn enough companies, things like that are just going to happen. Apple sure is stubborn about some things. Oh, there's the gunshot. Auntie Crush said, I'll be gazing out the window. When will my husband return from the surface of the moon? Okay, so we got the gunshot. There's nobody here currently. Yeah, so we accomplished nothing. That's fine, though. Let's talk to Roy first. Churro Kit Kats. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
How you doing? Anybody been shooting at you?
Someone fired on us when I was walking with Chris.
We've been through this conversation before. I don't think there's anything new to learn by talking about it with them. So let's just real quick ask a couple of these questions.
Let's talk about something else, okay?
Okay. The locked room.
I couldn't say.
Ernie's I Don't Want to Live on the Moon song comes to mind. That's a good song. I've been scrolling the Apple Loggle page for 20 minutes and have yet to hit any games. Yeah, they did a press release. Was that yesterday? The past couple days. Yeah, yesterday. Where they finally announced like 3 games that are coming to it. And that was like the first they had made any mention of it. I'm trying to find the press release. I want to know what the other 2 games are. It's important. Okay. Game Room, which sounds familiar, but I don't recall exactly what that is. What the Golf, which is a good game. I've never played it in VR. I don't know if that's been available in VR on other platforms or not. And Super Fruit Ninja are the 3 games they announced. And then they also announced that you'll be able to play a bunch of like games like NBA 2K24 Arcade Edition and Sonic Dream Team. But those will not be VR. You'll just be playing them on an enormous screen on the moon. I would like to play a Sonic game on the moon. That sounds pretty good. They're extremely anti-game to the point of getting absurdly mad when we pitched making a game to them. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, their stance on games is weird. Like, they definitely have changed somewhat over the years, but it's hard to tell if that's really because they wanted to or just because they felt like they had to. You got the shots to show up. That's a tricky one. Oh, interesting. I kind of missed that completely. I feel like I've gotten that to show up before.
They were aiming at Chris. Why would they want to bump me up?
Yeah, I remember that response. They were aiming at Chris. Which is weird because I have a note that says Chris threw Roy to the ground, which just makes it sound like Chris was trying to protect Roy, right? That's how I would interpret that. I can't remember who said that. Let's talk to Chris now. This is just iPad arcade games. Yeah. Oh, Roy's gone now, but Chris is still here.
What for?
Okay, what are you doing? Getting shot at?
I'm on the track of the gunman. Before the shots I saw something flicker on the guns. That's what saved us, but he's flown the coop.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Among the palms. So that makes it sound like the gunman was up in the palm trees here, as opposed to further away like I was thinking. And it's hard to tell because I feel like we've heard the gunshot sound effect on a number of different screens. Some of them even reasonably far away. I don't know what I'm actually looking for right now. My brain, maybe. Let's repeat that.
I'm on the track of the gunman. Before the shots I saw something flicker on the guns. That's what saved us, but he's flown the coop.
Okay. And let's ask about the shots.
Somebody tried to do away with Roy. I don't know why, but he must know.
So, Chris says they were shooting at Roy. Roy says they were shooting at Chris. Very interesting. Do we want to follow Chris, maybe? Okay, so it's now 11:10. In the garden. Okay, so the garden is right there. Oh, Maggie, Anita, and Chris are all here. And it's currently 11:40. Okay, I already have them down as being there at this time. Let's continue to follow. At the pond. Oh, we've been spotted.
You again.
It's me. I assume he's not going to talk to us.
I don't feel like talking.
Okay, Chris and Bob are both here. And it's now 12:15. I'm also worn out, which is not ideal. Pond. Okay. And then at some point soon, Anton will show up here. Okay. What now? I'm just looking at what happens in the next 10 hours or so before the end of the game. Marie's body shows up at 7. I don't have a lot highlighted for this upcoming portion of the game. It almost seems like... Well, at one point we got killed in the bar at 2 p.m., which... It generally seems like if we get killed for being in a certain place, that means like something interesting is happening there at that time. I need to take a quick break to blow my nose. I'll be back in just a minute or two. Okay. Someone else was just mad we got there in time to eat for once. Yeah, that could have been it. What to do? Let's see what Bob and Anton have to say about what they're up to.
What do you want? There was a strong box in the pond, but it's disappeared.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. The strongbox disappears around 7 a.m., which is also a time when we get knocked out if we're on this screen at that time. So we can't really see. I'm pretty sure we got knocked out even in hiding. He has brought me two far too large cinnamon rolls. I'm so sorry, Silver. I almost... we ate breakfast at a place called Yolk a couple times when we were in Chicago. And I got some French toast both times. And both times I was very tempted to try they have an option where instead of French toast with toast, you can have it with a cinnamon roll, which just sounds like so much, like a little too much, but also it was very tempting. I did not try it either time, but I'm still thinking about it. Intimidating, yeah. Let's see what he says about the shots.
If I find out something about that, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Hinton says, no, that sounds good. Yeah, I agree. It sounds very good, but also like just intense. IHOP had cinnamon roll French toast and I got it all the time. It was too much. I got it anyway. That sounds about right. I'm sorry we disappointed you, Hinton. Maybe next time. In fact, I will make a promise to you. If I'm there again, I will get it.
I'm listening.
What you doing?
There was a strong box in the pond, but it's disappeared.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Hinton says BRB off to buy cinnamon rolls and eggs. Perfect.
If I find out something about that, I'll let you know.
This is a different guy than we were just talking to, right? I'm positive it is.
According to the papers, the network runs through the Seychelles, and the Seychelles are right next door, so to speak.
Okay. I don't know if that's worth writing down, but I guess I will. Okay. What time is it? It's just about 1. So we have 10 hours to go. And Secret Crush says, I had a big dinner not that long ago, but now I want cinnamon rolls and or French toast. Same. I really don't know what to do here. I guess the best thing we can do is just kind of wander around, look around, see if we can spot anything that has changed. Talk to anyone we run into. Yeah, we have talked about how this island seems to have nothing to do with the real Maupiti Island, which is an interesting choice. I guess I'll search these again. Oh, the medallion's still here. I guess I never took it in this playthrough. Hands full. Figures. I swear there's somewhere else over here we can search. There's one of those coins is always on the ground here. I think all the coins I've found in various places are there the entire game, as far as I can tell. I feel like they don't seem like anything that we could learn anything from, but I do wonder if at some point we'll like learn something that makes the, you know, explains them in some way. We still don't know that much about the wig. Oh. Your clumsiness has returned to haunt you. The men have thrown you into your cabin and locked you in while waiting for the police, who had been contacted by radio. For you, the affair is finished. So that seems to be another one of the endings where, like, there's like a hidden like trust system, I guess, for how the various people feel about you, and if they no longer trust you enough, you get this kind of ending where you basically get arrested. But that's fine, because now we can go back to an earlier part of the game, which is what we wanted to do anyway. I really couldn't think of that much to do. So I think I don't really want to go back to the very beginning, but I don't know where these other saves are going to take me. If there was a way to simply load a game, I would just check them real quick, but since there's not, I think we'll just start from the beginning. So we'll say no. First death of the new year. That's right, we gotta... our complete restarts is up to 20 now. That's a little bit tentative. I'm not sure it's an accurate count, but it's close enough. Okay, so first thing I want to do here... Oh, right, we want to grab our money, which I often forget about. And then I also want to figure out where that newspaper is that mentions white slavery. Just so we can add that to our list of topics. Is that not openable? Oh, it's this that's openable. Pills. Newspaper. White slavery. Okay. So I'm just going to make a note that that is newspaper in room. Most of these are fairly obvious what we need to do to unlock them. Okay. So what's first? I guess we should go grab... Now I'm wondering, what are other things that could unlock a topic that I've been mostly skipping over because I've seen them before? And the first thing that popped in my head was the stuff in Chris's room. Pretty sure that was Chris's room. I think we need to wait a little bit for him to leave. Let's see. Chris. You need to wait till like noon. It's only 10:20? I thought the game started at 10:30. Interesting. Vernitry, hello. Good to see you. How goes the cold? It's going all right. Still a little stuffy, but starting to feel a little bit more normal. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we're just going to wait. We'll do 2 waits, and then we'll try. Not sure which room it is. Not quite. This is Roy's room. So there's a diamond. I think it's in that drawer. And one of the playthroughs, at some point, there's a diamond found in Juiced's house. And if you take that and ask people about it, they point out that it's just like the one that Roy wears in his ear. So I had the thought that, oh, what if we take the spare diamond that's in Roy's room at the beginning of the game? And if we have that, how does that play out if we eventually have both diamonds? And it seemed to play out with the game basically killing us anytime Roy showed up, just so like I kind of took this as like programmers figuring a way around this scenario where Roy would be seen without an earring. But you know, it also makes a little bit sense in context. Like if you've stolen that diamond and you know Roy is able to figure that out in some way, then he's gonna want to kill you, I guess. But it's kind of funny. So we will leave that diamond alone. Let's try that other door. Picked a copy of The Sims 3, a game I own on Steam, and 4 DLC expansion discs for $10 and a copy of SimCity 4 for $14 today. Nice. Sorry, SimCity was $4, $14 in total. Got it. Okay, so Chris is still here.
You wanted to see me.
I actually specifically did not want to see you. Sorry, bye. I don't know that I've ever really played any Sims game more than extremely briefly. Like, I don't think I've ever purchased one or played one for, you know, more than like 15 minutes or something. Now let's wait again. That should be good enough. Okay, Chris is out here now. So we're going to open up this box here, search it, and we have this photo. And then we have this sheet of paper. I'll read this again. Mission order. Lost contact with agent 0012. Our agent in Adina has intercepted the enclosed message. Follow Cicerone procedure. Quote, Lady in Black. Menelik orders the merchandise delivery. Payment in dollars will be done on receipt. Asmera, Menelik, chosen by God, vanquisher of Judah's tribe. I don't know if this note has anything to do with things that happen in the game or not, or if it's just kind of an item to give a hint as to what the deal with Chris is. I do wonder if this like merchandise delivery could have anything to do with the strongbox in the pond. I really don't know. And then I also wonder if this lady in black could maybe be the person that's shooting at Roy and or Chris. But who knows? Are you a greaser? Oh, is it grease, not paint? Can I take the grease? No. No interest whatsoever. That doesn't take. What is that exactly? There's some... What are these pixels? What is this for that matter? Oh, it's a wrench. Okay. Alright. I think that's enough here. Mostly I was wondering if looking at those items might unlock some conversation topics. Let's find out. Let's see, Crush says, I played all the sim games a lot except 2.
Yes, sailor.
Played a decent amount of... Verdant Tree says, I played a decent amount of 3 and 4 and a little bit of 2 and maybe 10 minutes of 1. Your opinion on... Okay, so we did not unlock anything. Good to know. What are you doing?
I'm getting a little fresh air.
Okay. Oh, the first thing we can do is go to Marie's room and look at that bookcase and see if that spot, that seemingly empty spot, has a book in it. Maggie's. Here's Marie's room. Okay. So there's definitely a difference there. It's a darker spine on the book, but this is definitely different than it's very dark after the glass is broken. So there's definitely a book missing. But of course, the game won't... That doesn't take. The game won't tell me anything about the book. Like, if we look anywhere on the bookcase, we just get various generic responses. Let's get the key from Anita's room. I'm pretty sure I've tried to open the bookcase with that key, but we'll double check. No, this is Sue's room. Oh, another thing we should do in this playthrough is try to narrow down when the note appears in Anita's room. Okay, she's not here. That's good. Take the key. There's no reason to take root, it says, when I tried to click on those green pixels. That's very funny. So let's see. I think the note was in this jar. Yeah, I verified that at the beginning of stream. So it's empty now. Small voice says, water. Okay, so the key is active and it's locked. So the key is not for the bookcase, which is what I figured. What else can we investigate? The bookcase gets broken into pretty early at like 6 p.m. And my best guess, just based on people in the area, was that it was Chris. But that's certainly not definitive at this point. Oh, also around that time, at around 7 or so, is when the burned wig appears in Juiced's stove. I'm pretty sure Juiced is the one that does that. But we have zero context for why that is. And like there's a period where I'm pretty sure around that time Juiced's home is locked and we can't get in. Although, did I hide in his room at one point? I think I maybe did. We might have determined definitively that Juiced was burning the wig. But I can't remember for sure. At 11 p.m. p.m.? Yeah. We got knocked out at the bar again. There's a couple times where that can happen. I'm just trying to figure out what we want to investigate on this first day. So it's possible that meeting could be... Oh, wait, no, this is January 31st. So it has to be tonight. It has to be at midnight tonight. That's the only midnight we can experience in the game. And the note's not in Anita's room yet. So presumably she hasn't been given the note yet. So wondering if I have any notes about... Oh, okay. I have a note that Bob goes to Anita's around 6 p.m. and they have a fight and things get broken. This is actually the thing that made me go back to Anita's after that time and search to see if anything had changed. And we did already suspect that Bob is the person that wants to meet with Anita at the well. So that adds up. I wonder if there's any way we can learn more about that. But we definitely want to check to see if the note is there around 5 p.m. And then again at 6 or 7, just to narrow that time down. What else can we do? Don't know. I feel like I'm starting to struggle, but also like we have things to investigate. We have this meeting at the well to look into. So it's not like we have nothing. Can someone please get me a water? Hinton asks. I'm too busy gaming right now. Otherwise, I absolutely would. I'm sorry. Hopefully someone else can help you with that. A lighter. Lucky strikes. That's all. There's Anita's bracelet is underneath this dresser. Nothing under the bed. Nothing but feathers in the bed. It's not open. I wish it was, though. Oops, didn't mean to open that, but that's fine. Let's see. The shots, Marie's bookshelf. So we should have Marie's bookshelf unlocked as a topic. The locked room, we tried going in, so that should be available as well. Oh, that cigar is not there yet. Do we ever narrow down when that appears? Hard to tell how meaningful that is. I'm also trying to remember now. Oh, I bet if I picked up that cigar butt, or maybe it's a cigarette butt, whichever, and showed it to people, maybe then I could narrow down who might have been smoking it, which would be useful information. I feel like we haven't been told that I recall about anyone smoking. Well, no, that's not true. I think we have. Oh, cigarette butt in parlor at 8:45 a.m. on the 1st is when I first noticed it, at least. I'll highlight that. I was going to make sure that's on my... Well, we need to narrow it down before it's worth writing down. Look at the shine on the piano. It is very shiny. All right. We had people said that Maggie would tell us what was stolen from Marie's bookcase, but she absolutely did not. Which is weird. Marie's bookcase gets broken into at 6:30. Okay. I have that written down there. The key on the pier appears at 2 a.m. For once, I managed to hit the mute before I coughed. Oh, right. This calendar. It took me so long to look at this fucking calendar. And we have the Sundays. Well, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 along the right side. I don't know if those are necessarily counting the Sundays. I guess the last one is circled. So the 31st, which is today, and then the 1st is circled down here. It just seems like there's gotta be a hint at something, but I can't imagine what. Oh, right. We did eventually discover this with our meal times. We just missed lunch, unfortunately. Smoking is forbidden in the rooms. Drinks must be paid for at the bar. Is the 1, 2, 3, 4 the week of the year? I mean, only if you skip the first 3 days. Like, I guess if you're counting full weeks. but like it looks like it's meant to be handwritten, as if someone's making a note to themselves about something or other. Let's poke around here a little more. I definitely haven't poked around here in a long time. Make sure we didn't miss anything. You don't have a can opener. That's interesting. Can't open... It looks like a bottle. Can't open a bottle without a can opener. Okay. I think everything is open. Tranquilizer. That's all. Okay, that's the same. A mirror. Aspirin. Can we read that? No. That's all. First aid kit. That's all. This game needs dinosaurs? I agree. A knife. A lighter. That's all. Nothing in the stove. What desolate emptiness. I'm just searching all over the place here. So this is some kind of like, to me this looks like dice inside like a wood ring. I don't know. I don't know what game, what type of game that would be for. I can't take the dice. That's an ashtray. Can I take that cigarette? The trick has been played. Oh, I took the whole ashtray. Interesting. I kind of thought I had tried that before. I'm not sure that's useful. Huh. That's an ashtray, all right. I think we'll just leave that here. Derek Ironbrat says, today I learned ISO 8601 has the first full week starting on Monday is week 1 of that year. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if that might be the case. Something date programming related I came across recently mentioned counting full weeks of the year. Okay. On the ground here, this is one of the many items that seems to be there through the whole game. Is this... The game calls it an amulet. It looks like a shark tooth or something. Made into a necklace. And it seems to belong to Juiced. But we haven't really been able to do anything with it. Have I ever searched things like these plant pots? Dead end. Oh. Huh. Found a cigarette butt in this tree? Bush? That's kind of interesting. Is it meaningful? A dark cigarette. Huh. Smell of dark tobacco. All right, I guess I'll try taking it. write this down. Let's see. We're at Maggie's. Like, on one hand, like, this game has lots of, like, realistic items that you can find. So it makes me think, well, we found a cigarette butt in a bush. Like, stuff like that happens all the time in real life, right? It's not generally of interest, but it does seem like a hard thing to find. Like, I just found it by chance, so it's hard not to wonder if it might be meaningful. Dark tobacco. I don't know what to make of that. Put it in the ashtray. Will unlock a secret passageway to an underground science lab where they developed a zombie virus. Don't ask how I know that. Let's ask Bob about this cigarette butt.
What do you want?
Let's first check.
I'm going to the house.
Check what we've unlocked here. Oh. Oh. I wonder if maybe we can't ask about Marie's bookshelf until after it's been broken and we've seen it broken into. Oops. I meant to click on the locked room.
I don't have anything to say about that. I'm listening.
I generally haven't been coughing all that much, but of course I would be coughing while I'm streaming. Let's show him cigarette butt.
I couldn't say.
Okay. I guess let's show him the key also.
I couldn't say.
Okay. What's next? It is 3 p.m. All right, the note. That I was trying to remember. I need to blow my nose again. 1 minute. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I have acquired additional beverages. Culinary, good to see you. I am feeling better, definitely. Still not feeling great, but pretty decent. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Oh, no worries, Derek Iron, but that did not come off as rude as all at all. But thank you for clarifying. I think it's just throughout this cold, I've just had occasional times when I just start coughing more. Like it's not a throat kind of a cough, so I don't think it's from talking, but who knows. Okay, 3:20 now. So we want to check on the note in Anita's room to narrow down when that appears. I assume it is still not there. Okay. Everyone should be healthy, IMO. I agree, Hinton. 100%. Is there anything else we want to narrow down? I really want to figure out how we can learn more. Whoops, I just yanked my headphones out. How we can learn more about the book that's missing from the bookcase. I suppose at one point I had the thought that, oh, maybe if we find the key, we can unlock the bookcase and see it before it, and find whatever is in there before it's taken. But I mean, maybe that's still true. I doubt the game is going to let me do anything. Well, I was going to say I doubt the game would let me do anything that would change the course of events, but it did let me take that diamond, and it just kind of dealt with that by killing me off when it became a problem that I took the diamond. So who knows? And we do. It seems fairly certain that there's something we can do to prevent Marie's death. So to some degree, we can change the events of the game, I think. That's still just a bit of an assumption on my part, but I feel like there were enough hints in the game that seemed very clear to me. It seemed to me like the game was trying to specifically communicate that. All right. What to do? Let's see if Maggie's here. Excellent.
You wanted to see me?
I did.
That room's empty. It was Lucie's room, but she left a while ago.
Lucie's room. Who's Lucie? Ah, Lucie's departure. I'm just making note that we can unlock that by asking Maggie about the locked room.
She went exactly where she felt like.
Okay. Interesting. It says, I'm doing some survey validation work right now, and I just realized I was validating a response to the following question. In the last 12 months, have you played or watched someone else play online video games on Twitch, Kick, TikTok, or any other online platforms? Absolutely not. Also, what the hell is Kick? That doesn't sound familiar to me.
A funny kid, I don't know much about her.
A funny kid. Maggie, not Marie. Lived in locked room. Kick started out as a gambling streaming. Now it's a Twitch competitor, though not a very good one. Interesting. Sadly, I'm doing data analysis stuff and not responding myself. That's too bad. Okay, so now we have a whole new person we can ask people about. That's very interesting. Okay, I think we're done with Maggie. I'm
listening.
I'm amazed it took me that long to ask Maggie about the locked room. Like, she's the most obvious person to ask about that. I had the thought a little while ago that, like, have I ever asked her about that? And when I thought of it, I was like, surely I have, but I should make sure. Oh, she's gone now. Let's do another search of her room. I definitely haven't poked around here in a little while. I have definitely searched it thoroughly in the past. But let's make sure. I like when you open a door and it's just a blue void. What desolate emptiness. Catalog, glasses, writing paper. Excuse me. Aren't we all gambling on Robot Space or making progress any given Tuesday? I hope you are. Bad news, I'm hungry, but the only thing I want to eat is French toast, but I do not want to make French toast. That is a bummer. Let's see, that was... Oh, right. I forgot to... I was going to show the cigarette butt to Maggie. Okay, that's everything in that drawer. First aid kit, mirror, that's all. Lamp, Bible, that's all. Nothing under the dresser. Nothing under the rug. Nothing under the bed. Sometimes I just click wildly when I'm searching because more than once that has paid off. Like when I first started playing this, I would only search places that seemed like they made sense. But then, like that cigarette butt in the bush was a weird one. I mean, it kind of makes sense to search a bush, I suppose, but we didn't have any reason to. Oh, I'm completely missed a drawer here. How I did that. Sleeping pills, a clasp. That's all. Okay. It's too bad Maggie's gone, but maybe she's nearby. No, we do have some other people we can talk to. What about your other verbs?
Were you looking for me, sweetie?
Good question. Tell me about Lucie.
She wasn't a girl like us. I often caught her snooping into things that were none of her business.
Interesting. Wasn't like us. Often caught. Snooping. What does a girl like us mean? Great question. Apparently, a girl like them is a girl that doesn't snoop. Let's see. Let's show her this. That's her key. We've shown that to her before.
You must have plenty of time to waste judging from your stupid questions.
That's fair. So, no comment on the cigarette butt we found in a bush.
Ask Roy, he helped her get away.
Roy helped Lucie get away. Very interesting. So about that pissing people off so much you get thrown into a closet metric. Sue is still here.
Are you coming here? She did a lot of diving like Marie, she loved it.
Interesting.
It's funny that she left without saying anything to anyone. I owed her money.
What do you think about this cigarette?
I'm against tobacco. If you smoke, stop before it's too late.
Fair. Okay. Okay, so it's 5:40 now. Let's check on... Oh, I wonder if Anita's in her room now. No. Okay, good. Okay, still empty. So we're approaching the time where I suspect the note is given to her, which is around 6:30-ish. And then also around that time, at exactly 6:30 is when the bookcase gets broken into. Book's still there. Oh, Maggie's back. Okay.
You wanted to see me.
So I never asked her about the cigarette.
I'm against tobacco.
Okay.
If you smoke, stop before it's too late.
I will not be surprised if this cigarette butt I found in a bush leads nowhere, but I am going to continue to ask everyone about it. Don't think we have anything else to ask her about.
I'm listening.
Actually, let's ask her about Anita's key. I probably did that before. Okay. Don't know why that gets cut off, but it just is a response that she doesn't have anything to say. Must vanish for the night. Glad to see Robot Spacer stream live again and feel slightly alive again. Hope success in solving the murder. Have a rad night, all. Thank you, Silver. Have a rad night yourself, and I hope you sleep well. Al says, I love the idea of Robot Spacer running to everyone and showing them the butt, asking, do you know anything about this? Yes, I love this also. Okay, we're alone here. Let's see, is there anyone in particular? Oh, Roy. We want to find Roy to ask about Lucie. He's probably, well, let's see if we know for sure. Oh, it's 5. It's 5 now. A little bit ago, I thought it was 5:30. It was actually 4:30 because of the weird hour hand situation. So Roy is possibly at the saloon, possibly at North Beach. So we'll check this saloon. Bob's here. Nobody's here. More than one person being against smoking in the 50s seems unrealistic. Yeah, that is a good point. Let's check North Beach. Juiced is here. Interesting. Oh, we already knew that. Let's talk to him, though. We don't get to do that terribly often.
Yes, sir.
Let's first show him our cigarette butt.
I
Yeah. What about the key?
couldn't say.
Okay.
Everyone adored her.
Everyone adored her.
I don't know where she went, but she's the one who tore up my house. She stole my amulet.
Oh. Interesting. I'm glad the cinnamon sugar toast is working. I think that's all we have to ask. Okay, so now it's almost 6. We want to go back to Maggie's. Oh, Sue and Roy just showed up. Damn it. I want to check Anita's room real quick, though. Res Mason, good to see you. Hate to miss a stream because of chores, but duty calls. Hope your New Year is going well so far, Robot. Thank you.
To see me.
Hope your New Year is going well, and thanks for stopping by. We didn't really want to see you, but that's okay. I can ask you. I don't think I asked her about Lucie yet.
She wasn't a girl like us. I often caught her snooping into things that were none of her business.
Maybe I did. Yeah, I think I talked to Anita before I talked to Sue. Okay.
Ask Roy, he helped her get away.
Yeah. Okay. So she's going to be in here until Bob shows up, I think. Which is going to happen very soon. Oops. In retrospect, I should have saved before I did that. The cord slowly closed around your neck. You strangled for several long minutes before you stopped breathing, like a rabbit caught in a snare. So I was pretty sure that Chris was in Marie's room, breaking into the bookcase. I wasn't thinking fast enough to realize that going in there would get me killed. Dang it. That's very annoying. We can get caught up pretty quickly though. I think. To prevent you from snooping on actual action. Yeah, they like to do that. Let's read this letter just in case it unlocks something. This is just about what we were trying to do before we got our journey interrupted by a hurricane. Okay. Wait, what did I just click on? Oh, that's the same thing. Okay. Let's see. So we got those two things. I guess I'll go ahead and... I did not mean to come to the pond. Pier, not pond. We'll save real quick. We still have some time to wait. Well, we know that looking at the stuff in Chris's cabin didn't unlock anything, so we won't bother to do that. Yes, we'll go ahead to Maggie's. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up this amulet and give that back to Juiced when we see him. Sue and Anita are here. I guess I'm pretty sure that we can't unlock the bookcase as a topic until later. Take this key. Okay, and now we want to talk to Maggie about the locked room. Hopefully she's in her room now. No. Okay. Huh. It's an interesting response. If I try to raise the bedspread, it says okay. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Maggie. Apparently, I never wrote down when she was in her room. So we should do that. Still not there. Let's wait a bit. There we go. I missed what time it was. I think it's around noon. I did. I want to ask about the locked room.
That room's empty. It was Lucie's room, but she left a while ago.
Okay, so now Lucie is here.
I'm listening.
Let's show her the amulet. Why not?
That belonged to Just.
Mm-hmm.
I.
Okay. No info about the key. I think we already asked her about that recently. Okay. What now? Let's ask Bob about Lucie.
What do you want? She did a lot of diving like Marie. She loved it.
Okay, it was Sue that told us that before. Just checking my notes.
She went exactly where she felt like.
Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know if that's just saying that, she left by her own choice. Or what? It just seems like a little bit of a weird translation.
Let's talk about something else, okay?
Okay. Or let's just stop talking. Okay. Let's do another save. I think we mostly did what I had accomplished in the previous playthrough as far as unlocking things goes. Let's give Juiced his amulet back. I don't know if that's important, useful. I don't know if that's what we want to do with it. He's in a bunch of different places around this time, so he might be napping. No, that's not till later. Yeah. Surprised we haven't found him. Bruce and Chris. I don't think I've talked to them about Lucie.
Yes, sailor. I'm going to confess something to you. I've never been with a girl.
Okay. Not really what I was asking, but
Roy told me that she got off at Port Louis on Mauritius. I didn't notice a thing. She was traveling as a stowaway.
okay. Bruce.
Roy told me that she got off at Port Louis on Mauritius. I didn't notice a thing. She was traveling as a stowaway.
Okay. He said Roy, right?
Roy told me that she got off at Port Louis on Mauritius. I didn't notice a thing. She was traveling as a stowaway.
Okay. Chris.
What for? I couldn't say.
Okay.
I didn't have time to get to know her. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay. I guess I'll get my cigarette butt back. And then we can ask Bruce and Chris about it.
Yes, sailor.
This is important detective work. Yeah, I'll ask him about the amulet.
You must have plenty of time to waste judging from your stupid questions.
I haven't even asked you about the cigarette butt yet, buddy.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I guess I'll ask him about this key also. Why not?
It's not mine.
Okay.
What for? You think that's a clue?
I don't know. Do you? I'm just showing it to people and see what they think of it.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I couldn't say.
Thank you for your insight, Chris. Okay, so now we're at 120. Let's do another save. So oh yeah, let's try to find Juiced again. It's got to be somewhere. So it is 125. He should be eating, probably. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's here.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. So we were going to show him this.
I really like it when gets attached to things.
It's a weird response when I'm showing him this thing that was stolen from him. And he is not seen. I don't think Maple Mystery. Happy Crimson Tuesday, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for coming by. I am showing various items to people, including I found a cigarette butt in some bushes, and I'm running around showing it to everyone and asking what they think of it. And so far, no one has told me anything interesting about it, which I'm very disappointed by. And that response always gets cut off, but it just is him saying he doesn't know anything. Bilbo, good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Mousimus, always great to see you. Blaholzen, hello, hello. Give Maple a shout out. If y'all aren't following Maple Mystery already, I highly recommend it. Also recommend checking out the Crimson Diamond, the game she's been working on. I'm very excited about it. Eden Waith, great to see you. Am I having fun? Yes, I am absolutely having fun. I am frequently struggling and flailing while playing this game, but I am always having fun. Let's give Juice necklace, or his amulet necklace.
Thanks, that makes me happy.
I don't know if that does anything, but it is his, so why not? Let's see. Do we ask him about everything we have here? Okay, we did. Old School Jay, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I've been sick for a little while, and I'm definitely I haven't streamed in a few weeks, so I'm just kind of out of it tonight. But hi, I'm Robot Spacer. If you're new here, we were playing Maupiti Island, a DOS game from 1991. It was originally released the year before that for Amiga, if I remember correctly. I'm still playing through my December games at the moment. takes a while to type this in. That is a lot of emotes. I'm sure that took a bit. The robot voices are appropriate for a robot spacer stream. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Did we ask Juiced about Lucie?
Everyone adored her.
Okay, we did. Dawsanuary, exactly.
I don't know where she went, but she's the one who tore up my house.
Other
She
folks, some
stole
shout
my
outs here.
amulet.
So Lucie stole his amulet. Why? We recently learned about Lucie, who is someone that recently ran away from here as a stowaway on a fishing boat. And we don't know much about her yet. We're investigating the disappearance of a different girl named Marie, who we also don't really know that much about. There's so many things we don't know. At some point, Juiced here, who we are currently talking to, turns up dead, and then the next day, at least if we don't solve the mystery, Marie will turn up dead as well. But hopefully, we can eventually prevent that. This is a very difficult game. It's very different from your typical adventure game in many, many ways. You only have 6 inventory slots. There are huge numbers. The items you find are much more realistic, by which I mean there's lots of items that are just everyday items that are lying around. So you don't want to pick up everything you find. If you do that, your inventory will fill up very quickly and it will just waste a lot of time. There's this interesting debate menu where we can do things like memorize literally any line of dialogue that is said to us, and then we can remember that line later. We put a line of dialogue into a slot, and then we can recall it later. I have not figured out the effective way to use that. Presumably, we want to remember something that someone says and then bring it up later in a context where we are able to point out that they lied to us or something like that. They can also bribe people, just punch them, various things like that. Wait, what does contradict do? Oh. Have I not even tried that ever? That's funny. So that's the same... Huh. Fascinating. Oh, maybe remember just... All right, let's experiment here. Let's memorize something and then remember it.
I don't know where she went, but she's the one who tore up my house. She stole my amulet.
So I think remember is just reminding us what is saved in each slot, which now that I know you can do that, that's actually really helpful. I had been writing down whenever I memorize something just to keep track of it. So I think contradict is the thing we would actually use to...
I don't see what you are getting at.
I'm literally just reminding you of the thing you just told me. Yeah, bribe I haven't. I think maybe I bribed someone once when they were not being very talkative, and I think that might have resolved that situation and got them to talk to me. But it doesn't seem super useful because you can also just wait and talk to that person later and they'll talk to you normally again. So, and you can also avoid those scenarios if you're careful enough. So I don't know if there is going to eventually be a different context where that seems more important, but there's lots of interesting little mechanics. Finding new mechanics 50 plus hours into your game. Classic Robot Spacer. Yep, that's me. Um, honestly, I think my eyes just kind of skipped over the contradict every time for some reason. This is actually an automatic piano, player piano. Is that what it's called? So it can play itself. You can actually open it. You can. That's another kind of interesting thing about this game is almost anything that you could open in real life, you can open in the game, which is very weird. I don't know if there's ever anything interesting to find in here, but it's openable, so of course we can open it. And then you can search inside things. Like you can also open. Here, this is a pretty good example of like the wide variety of things you can open. Every single drawer, you can open the oven. There's like a jar up here that we don't have a can opener, so we can't open that, of course. And sometimes you'll find interesting things, but most of the time you do not. Okay. And then I've got this big old spreadsheet where I've been keeping track of hours of the day and then different characters and what everybody's doing during the day. It takes place over the course of about 2 days. And all right, I forgot to update my total reset counter. At least I think I forgot. We're on 21 now. So we played through this approximately 21 times now. So it's currently 2 p.m. So we are right around here. We recently started over, so we're pretty early in the game. There's some stuff that happened at around 6:30 that we're trying to learn more about. Specifically, Anita, who is currently here with us, has a fight in her room with Bob. And some things get broken. At least that's what Chris... I think that says Chris. I think my writing says Chris. That's what Chris told us. There's no obvious signs of anything being broken when that happens. And in particular, we're trying to narrow down when Anita is given a note that we can find in her room, and also who gives it to her. And the note is about a meeting that happens at midnight by a well. So eventually we're going to also try to witness that meeting happening. Though most of the time we try to witness something interesting, the game prevents us from doing so. Often we'll get knocked out or even killed for trying to be somewhere where something interesting is happening. Though in this case, I don't think Anita or Bob are the bad guys. At least that's my current theory. We've narrowed down. At one point in the game, after Juice gets killed, we find in Juice's home a diamond that is the same type of diamond that a guy named Roy wears in his ear. And I'm pretty sure we've learned enough at this point to be confident that Roy has at least killed us. So we know he's capable of murder. And I'm pretty sure I've also gotten killed by Chris. And they are sometimes hanging out together, it seems like. So that's kind of where I'm at as far as figuring things out. I still don't have any like motive or real evidence. Like most of the evidence I have is just kind of narrowing down when things happen. Well, the diamond, I guess, is pretty good evidence. That diamond being found in Just's house is pretty solid. But in terms of Chris also being in on it, I don't think we have anything to go on other than timing of things happening. Chris is the guy who looks like Bob Hope, right? I can't quite picture Bob Hope to answer that question. Here's my drawing of Chris. Does that help? This is probably my worst drawing out of all of them. I tried to draw everyone's portrait because sometimes you have to figure out who's who without them being labeled. Have you had a successful hide yet? I think so. I was trying to remember that earlier. I feel like I was able to witness something. I'm not sure, though. We are going to try that again, though, I think. I think I'm just going to wait. I'm anxious to get to the more interesting part of this day, and especially we just did this section of time once already. Okay, so it's 4:30. Let's do one more wait, and then we're going to hopefully hide in Anita's room. Hopefully she's not there already. Damn it, she's there already. Okay. I thought Chris was Clive Owen, but I think that might actually be Bob. Yeah. I did not want to see you. Darn it. That's okay. This game really doesn't want you to like be loading your saves. They want you to just like commit to a playthrough until you've died. So there's no way to load. So I can't go back and try that again without wasting a bunch of time. So I've been trying to stick to that just because it's kind of a hassle and might as well. So let's wait. I'm pretty sure if I try to observe one of the people who are capable of murder doing something, I will just get killed. But maybe we'll try it. I'll save in slot 2 here. And then we'll go hide in Marie's room. Let's see. Hide self. Under the bed? Okay, it's a good hiding place. And we get this lovely little mask icon down here to indicate that we are hidden. So let's wait. For the longest time, I thought that when music was playing, that was like the dinner music. Because one time when I heard music, I tried to go to the saloon and eat, and it worked. And then I kept trying that, and every time I got to the saloon, the music would stop playing, and I couldn't eat. But then finally I found a list of meal times. So I know it's not a meal time, so I guess the music is just random. But I do love that we just randomly get to hear some music from the piano downstairs. Okay, so if I wait, yeah, we can wait one more time. So now I think we're gonna just have to wait in real life. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get killed. So maybe we'll just, yeah. Okay. We have been killed, probably by Chris. Yes. Okay, so we know we don't want to go in there. Let's try. I should have waited first. Yeah.
You wanted to see me.
Let's see. She's probably going to be in there until after this fight that we hear about. Oh. Chris, yeah, I just glanced at my notes, and Chris is the one that told us that Anita and Bob got in a fight and that things were broken. I'm pretty sure Chris is at that same time in the room next door breaking into Marie's bookcase. So maybe Chris saying that is him covering up for the noise of the bookcase being broken. Which is a little bit weird because, like, that's not something we ever hear in the game. I mean, we can see it, but it makes sense to kind of cover that up or, you know, give an explanation for it. It did occur to me that maybe Anita and Bob are in Marie's room when that happens, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Like, we know Anita is in her room now. And I'm pretty sure she stays there until she leaves. So now it's 20-6. Let's wait again. Okay, so now Chris is here. Where's Bob? Let's see, where's Bob before he comes here? Oh, interesting. Around 4 or 5, Bob is in Marie's room. And then he's at the bar at 5. Let's see if Anita's still in here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's me again. Okay. So let's wait. No one here now. Can we go in here now? Oh no. Oh well. Okay, so it's probably not safe to go in there until after 7 at least. I should have realized that. That's fine though. Oh wait, I should have chosen the other one. Shoot. If I chose the other one, it would give us another shot at hiding in. Actually, let's... We have a way to get a death very quickly here. So let's just do this again. And then we can hide in Anita's room. I will go in there nice and early this time. I know at least once I was able to hide in someone's room and remain hidden there when they came in. We did that at Juiced's house, I think, once. And I feel like we did it either in Anita or Sue's room. I don't know that that was necessarily super useful in either case. But I was able to do it. Okay. So now we're back at 120. Okay. And This is empty. Eventually a note shows up in this jar, I guess. Pot. Okay, so let's hide. Right now, we're just going to hide under the bed for like several hours. Okay, we're well hidden. Wait. Oh, Chris is in here now. Interesting. What you doing, Chris? I think the tricky thing is, you know... Oh, wait. Can we observe? Chris explores every nook and cranny carefully. Okay. I was about to say, like, you know, we can be in this situation where, you know, we're in hiding and a person is here, but we don't really know what they're doing. But then I realized, oh, right, the observe command. So that is very good. We're slowly learning how to play this game over the course of... This is the 8th week I've played this game. Chris is gone now. Okay. So that was right before 2 p.m. It's in Marie's room. No, God, it's not Marie's. Anita's. Okay. It's called value for your money. Exactly. All right. Let's wait some more. Still alone. We got a while to wait here. 3:30. 4. Sue and Anita are both here. Interesting. If you want me to tell you, says Anita, we are next on the list. Oh, interesting. So it's 5 o'clock now. And Sue and Anita are both here. Okay. Let's wait again. Still having the same conversation. 6 o'clock. Ah, Anita and Bob are here now. I want to know where Marie is, cries Bob. But I don't know at all, says Anita. Interesting. I'm trying to think of where to write notes about this. I guess just here. So it's 6:10. So is it Bob that gives Anita that note? They're both still here. It's currently 6:45. You'll pay for that, cries Bob. Since I don't know anything, answers Anita. Okay, so they are, in fact, Bob is getting angry. But Anita insists she doesn't know anything. Can you keep observing and get more? Yeah, we just learned that. I honestly didn't know until it actually got us something different just then. Okay, so we're alone now, so we can search in here, and the letter is there now. Okay. So I think that's pretty certain now that this letter comes from Bob. And we'll look at it again. Be at the well tonight at midnight. I have things to reveal to you. A friend who wants to help you. This does seem a little bit weird for Bob to have given to her after they just had a private conversation. So if he wanted to reveal things, why didn't he do it just then? And also, like, it doesn't seem to quite fit up with the conversation they just had. Like, Bob wants information from her. Oh, it could have been from Sue. So that's also a possibility. But, I just realized a friend who wants to help you, like, that's a weird thing to write unless you're giving this to a person who doesn't know you're the one giving it to them, right? So this note was probably not handed to her in person. Or maybe she gets it somewhere else and brings it back here. Like, that's definitely possible that she has it before she comes in here in the first place. I need to blow my nose again. I'll be back. Actually, I need to take a bathroom break as well, so I'll be back in a few minutes. for that follow. Mousimus. I said hello to you already, right? I think you came in with the raid. Just enjoying the tunes, yes. Okay, so this note. I don't quite make sense of this. That sentence didn't quite make sense. Nothing makes sense. Also just remembered, I have my notes here. This is some writing that was on... There's a monkey statue in a pond. And the water rises and lowers throughout the day. And if you go there when it's low and take some binoculars, you can see some writing on it. But it's like broken up and it looks like it's backwards. It's in like a black letter font that makes it a little hard to make out. I did my best to write it down, but I think it's maybe also in a different language. So like I spent a bunch of time on it and basically didn't get anywhere meaningful with figuring out what the heck this says. And there's also a lot of like repeated letters, it seemed like, which is kind of interesting. That reminds me, I think there's some topics related to the monkey statue that we could unlock. I should figure out exactly what does that at some point. Okay, but for now, we got our note, and let's see. I think that's 6:30. Is that 6:30 or 7:30? Let's wait. Okay, it's 8 now, so it was 7:30. So, okay. So this is broken now, and the book is missing. Got so close to about 4 or 5 other things. Interesting. Let's talk to Bob here. We'll get there eventually.
What do you want?
Marie's bookshelf. I think we already asked. Yeah, Bob didn't have anything to say about Lucie's departure because Bob came in here with us, so he wouldn't really know anything about that. What are you doing?
I thought I would see just.
Okay. So it's now 8:15. So we're getting close to midnight. So probably around 10:30, we should go to the well and hide there. Actually, let's do a save in slot 2. Slot 1 right now is kind of our good save. So I want to keep that around for a little bit. I probably don't use the observe option enough. No comment. I'm trying to think of what we can do until 10 or so. Don't have many ideas. Maybe we should just waste some time. Actually, let's go back. Oh, after I came back here, I realized I probably could have gone and eaten. 8 to 9 food is served, but I think if we go back there, it'll be too late. So we just sleep for a little bit instead. Okay, let's sleep. And now it is 9:45. So let's go to the well. We've never found anything particularly interesting here. We've never seen anything particularly interesting happen here. There's a 1-cent coin that you can find over here, but it doesn't seem very interesting. So let's see where we can hide here. Okay. We hid in some bushes. And it's now just after 10. Probably going to have to head to bed soon, unfortunately. I'm sorry to hear that. But thank you for hanging out, and I hope you sleep well. Hopefully we can see something interesting happen just before you take off here. Okay, it's 11:05 now. So the note said at midnight. I really wish we could skip ahead shorter periods of time. I don't want to... Well, it's probably okay. Let's do it. Oh, there's still no one here. Interesting. Let's observe. Nothing in particular. Okay. Now I think we're just going to hang out here and see if anyone shows up. It's possible, like, Bob later complains about being stood up by Anita. So if Bob did give that note to Anita, it's possible they don't actually meet here. But we want to give it a little bit of time and see what happens. And we know Anita goes out for a walk. Like she's in her room just before midnight. And from midnight to around 3, she's out walking around. We know she's out in front of Juiced's around 1 or 2. But other than that, I don't think we've ever found out definitively where she is. But, that suggests that she at least attempts to meet up with the person that wrote the note, right? I would think. See, I forget. I think we determined that 1 minute in real life is 5 minutes in the game. So it's quite a bit faster than real life, but sometimes it could be a little bit faster. I don't think I have much to talk about while we're waiting either. I will probably wrap up a little bit earlier than usual tonight on account of my cold situation. Oh, don't want that. I think when the menu pops open like that, time doesn't pass. I know there's still people I haven't shown my cigarette butt to. This... Show him that butt. This is so tedious. And especially like the more time passes here, the more I feel like we're not actually going to see anything. But also I don't want to give up yet. Jeopardy theme plays. Let's see. What is everyone else doing at this time of day? Bob, we have witnessed in Anita's room just after midnight. And that's when he talks about being stood up. I don't think I ever tried observing Bob in that scenario. Tell us what you got for Christmas. I got some clothes. I got some candy. Oh, Anita's here. Okay. She does finally show up at 12:30. Anita seems to be waiting for someone or something with impatience. Okay. Okay. So I was already thinking that Bob, like, I'm pretty sure he's in Anita's room close to midnight. So I feel pretty confident now that Bob is not the one that writes that letter. In whoever wrote the letter, like, that's the reason Bob is getting stood up, in his words. So is someone going to eventually show up here? We want to wait until Anita leaves, basically. What else did I get for Christmas? Some money. I didn't get anything very exciting for Christmas. I can't. I did get, I'm very excited to watch Unsecret Crush got me. It's actually funny. We both got each other the same thing. The Spirited Away stage production Blu-ray. Actually, I forget how this came up. I was about to order it. And then she revealed that she had already purchased it. I'm trying to think of other things I might have forgotten. Unsecret Crush also got me a nice purple sweater that I keep forgetting to try on. Oh, right. I left it in the cart of the Target app. Even though I had decided to not buy it from Target, I left it in there and forgot about it. And then she saw it. Remember how I got the same seal plushie for my friend's birthday as her partner did? Oh, jeez. And I'd already bought it at the store. Yeah. What else? I actually got this last Christmas, but I did just remember. I think it was Unsecret Crush's mom got me a Star Wars Advent calendar that I finally started doing this year. Star Wars Lego Advent calendar. So it's just a tiny little Lego guy each day. And I still haven't finished it because we were not actually here the last few days of Christmas, of the Advent calendar period, is what I mean. Still no one here. Let's try observing again. Nothing new. Open on stream. I did think about streaming it, but then I decided to just enjoy it for myself. They're very small little tiny Lego projects. And, you know, sometimes it's just nice to just do something fun on your own and not stream it. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm probably forgetting one or two interesting things I got this year. But maybe not. I feel like Anita is maybe going to get stood up here. Which suggests that something happened, something unexpected happened to the person that wrote the note. Oh, I also have a note that someone visited Sue at 2. I wonder if that might actually be Anita. That'd be my best guess. It could also be Juiced, I think, because he's doing something. Which, speaking of which, like, Juiced definitely seems like a possibility for the person that wanted to meet with Anita, but then later he sees her outside of his house and he like books it. But, you know, maybe that's because of whatever unexpected thing happened. Baltimore, good to see you. Wondering if the person she was waiting on dies at this time. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. I've been reasonably convinced that Juice dies around 2 a.m. Something happens on the pier at 2 a.m. Juice's keys appear there at 2 a.m. And somebody hears, Bob hears someone on the pier at 2 a.m. So my best guess for a while now has been that that's when Juiced is either killed or at least dumped into the water. Though it also seems possible that he gets killed and dumped in the water somewhere else, and it's just that his body washes up by the pier. It's hard to know. But I do, like, the more I think about this... All right, Sue said she was sleeping. Most people are asleep right now. Bruce is outside Maggie's. Bob goes into Anita's room. And then everyone else is sleeping. So... I guess the other possibility is, you know, it could be Marie. We don't know where Marie is, but she's got to be on the island still. Or already dead, I guess. Could you grab the note and then show it to Juiced before all of this? Yeah. Showing it to people might be worth trying. It's past 1 now. 1:10. Anita's still here. Let's try observing again. Still just waiting around impatiently. Think Marie is in the well? Interesting. Could be. 6-7. Go to bed. Thank you and good night. I should not go too much longer. Interesting things are happening. So many interesting things. Sleep is healthy. Hey, Cosmic Void, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Man, I can't believe you announced another game. But it looks great. I'm blanking on the title, but y'all should go check out all of Cosmic Void's games. Also, I need to check out more of them. I'm a little behind. And Twilight Oracle's coming out this month. Very excited for that. Fully voiced and everything. Super exciting. Game you're playing looks beautiful. Yeah, this is called Maupiti Island. It was released originally for Amiga in 90, and this is the DOS version that came out in 91. And the art is great. All the scenes have like multiple color palettes throughout the day as it shifts from night to day. Like it's not a single switch over from, day and night. Like it gradually changes. And like all of the scenes have fantastic art, and like every time period like looks really great. Very impressive. We're currently hiding in some bushes while we wait for a meeting to happen, but it seems like that meeting is not going to happen, unfortunately. I think whoever was going to meet Anita has had something come up. It's got to be juiced. It's got to be juiced, or maybe Marie, but I think juiced makes the most sense. He's home. He's home as far as we know. I wonder if we could sneak into his house at any point, like earlier. He's home from before midnight. I will wait in real time until Anita finally leaves. She can't be here too much longer because she's out by Juiced's at some point between 1 and 2. So I was just going to say she probably leaves at 1:30. Torsten Bronger, hello, good to see you. On how many days does this all happen? It basically takes place on January 30th, I think, is when we get to the island, but the gameplay starts on January 31st in the morning at 10 a.m. and then it ends if you fail to solve the mystery at 11 p.m. on February 1st. So it's basically 2 days. So, I was about to say we should have followed Anita, but we can't actually follow at night because it's dark. Dust. Okay, this dark patch just kind of stood out at me. Let's poke it. Nothing special. Okay. What was supposed to happen here? So now Anita is here. What's she doing? Anita is in desperate straits. The night that surrounds her is threatening. So she's clearly worried. Like, it makes sense to be worried that whoever gave her that note didn't ever show up. I assume we can't go in Juice's house, but let's try. It's locked. Okay. Let's do a quick save in slot 3. So we might end up getting killed here, but let's go to the pier. Yep. Oh, we just got knocked out. Sudden and violent shock to the back of the head that left you half unconscious. In your semi-conscious state, you had the feeling that someone dragged you by the feet. You wake up half an hour later with a blinding migraine. Makes sense that she was waiting on Juice since she comes here next. Yeah, it does say violet, and I always read it as written. It's obviously supposed to say violent. Yeah, that does make sense, although given the way the note is written, she might not necessarily know that it was Juice that wrote it. It's, it's signed a friend. Okay, let's go out to the pier, and we should be able to grab Juice's key now. Let's see, it is now 2:35, I think. So we can go in here. And we can grab yeah, that's been broken into. And we can take the diamond. Is it this pixel? Yes. Is that pixel anything? No, it's just a pixel. Sometimes a pixel is just a pixel. We can grab the wig while we're at it. I think it's in this lower compartment. Ashes. Oh, I was wrong. There's the wig. Do I have room? Yes. Now my inventory is full. Okay. So, what now? Juice has probably been killed. Sue and Anita have gone to bed. Someone visited Sue around 2. We don't know. There's probably Anita is my guess. Because I think Juice is probably already dead at that point. Oh, right. And also, quite notably, we learned definitively that Roy, even though he tells us he's sleeping continuously, he definitely leaves his room at 1:30 in the morning, just before when we believe Juice is murdered. And just before someone breaks into Juice's house. I don't know. don't know how to take the information I have about all of that and like convince the game that I know all this stuff, right? Like it seems like I need to do something with that information in the game. I don't know if I want to convince other people that Roy killed Juiced, or maybe the game doesn't care if I do anything directly with Juiced. I'm just supposed to take what I've learned and then figure out what happened to Marie before she gets killed. I really don't know. Which is kind of interesting. Like I don't know, like in terms of both story or gameplay mechanics, what exactly I'm supposed to do. Could probably hide in Sue's room after Anita is at the well. No, I would have to go there earlier because she's sleeping. If I go there before 11, I think, then I could do that. And maybe I could witness something happening then. Oh, you can't. Yeah. Let's see if we can find some people. I want to see if we've unlocked any conversation options. We'll probably have to wait till more people wake up. Let's see. What is everybody doing here? Chris is at the bar at 3. 4, he's at the pier smoking. So let's go to the pier. Let's wait. There's Bruce and Chris. Okay. Let's talk to Chris. Let's show Chris the wig. I wonder what Chris will say about the wig.
What for?
Can't remember if I've done that before. We'll try the amulet too.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I assume the mic isn't picking up my tummy grumbles. But
I couldn't say.
I apologize. Cigarette butt.
You think that's a clue?
Yeah, we already showed that to him. Darn it. Oh, we have 2 keys now. That's confusing. The diamond.
Roy wears a diamond like that in his right ear.
We've done that before. And the wig.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay. Tummy grumbles seem to be stealthy. Good. Okay, now I want to see if... Do we ask Chris about Lucie? I cannot remember.
I couldn't say.
This one's Chris, right? I think I confused Chris and Bob a little bit.
I didn't have time to get to know her. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Marie's bookshelf is now in here.
I'm like you, this bookshelf intrigues me.
Yeah, enough to smash it open. Just making a note that we unlock that by observing it after it's broken. Huh, did I not look at the... I think I just assumed that looking at that newspaper article about white slavery is what unlocked that conversation topic. But I don't think that's correct, because I know I did that in this playthrough and it's not here. So I must have done something else without realizing it. So there's various topics that get filled in, and they always appear in the same physical location on the screen. So the gaps are topics we haven't unlocked in this playthrough. They also don't seem to be in any order, so that doesn't give you any hints as to like what you might be missing. Because there's like things that happen at specific times that, like, Juice's death will appear down here after he dies and we learn about it. There's an item labeled the shots that appears here, which is referring to some gunshots that are fired, which happens after Juice dies. So I've been trying to make a list of all the things I've unlocked through different playthroughs, so that eventually I, will have the notes I need to unlock everything in a single playthrough, and then I can go around and ask everybody about all of the topics. Okay. What to do?
I'm listening.
Let's talk to Bruce. And then I think I might wrap it up there.
Yes, sailor.
Why did I just click on him? Do we ask Bruce about Lucie? I have no idea.
I'm going to confess
we did.
to you. I've never been with the girl.
Okay. Let's show him my items. See if he has anything to say about this stuff.
You must have plenty of time to waste judging from your stupid questions.
These people are so judgmental. Sometimes you gotta ask the stupid questions to figure out what the good questions are.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
At least he didn't make fun of me for asking about the cigarette butt.
I couldn't say. Roy wears a diamond like that in his right ear.
Nothing to say about the wig. There's got to be someone that could tell us something interesting about the wig, I would think. I don't know who, though. Somebody said something about it that was okay. Yeah, Maggie said that the wig quote reminds me of something. Anita also said this, but that was it, which I took to mean that they had maybe, like, it seemed familiar to them, like maybe they had seen it before or something, but couldn't recall details. But I think we'll wrap it up here for tonight. I feel like this happens every week. Like, I wish I made a little bit more progress, but we did make some progress. We made some good progress, so that's good. It's just I want to get to the point where I feel like I have a better handle on what exactly I'm trying to accomplish. Like, I hope I get to that point before I have actually accomplished it. Just because it feels like that would be a little more satisfying as we get closer to the end of the game. I'm really curious how long this is going to take me to wrap up, too. It's a tricky one. I should save real quick here. Let's save that in slot 4. Okay, so schedule. At this point, I don't expect to miss any more streams since I've been feeling a little bit better each day. One upcoming scheduling thing is that January 2nd was the official date of my Twitch affiliate anniversary, my second year as a Twitch affiliate. And I want to do another celebration for that this year, of course. I was going to do that this Friday, but because of being sick, I didn't have a chance to fully plan for it. And I was considering that maybe I would still do it this Friday, but at this point, I think I maybe want to wait till I'm like 100% back to normal, hopefully at least, so I can do a longer stream and, enjoy it, not have to stop to blow my nose every half hour. So I'm tentatively planning on next Friday for that. So that would be like, let me open a calendar here, the 19th. The annoying thing is if I do it after the 16th, it can't be like an official thing. I don't think that really affects very much, other than if I do it in the approved time period, Twitch does some like very minor little things to like make it official. Like you get a little notification and party hat emotes or whatever. But that doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about that. So I feel like that's probably what I'll end up doing. So that's the tentative plan. I think I have pretty much figured out what I'm going to do for that stream, but since I'm pushing it back a little bit, I'll think about it more. I do have a speed run planned. I'm going to speed run Uninvited for Macintosh, which I think will be fun. I did a little routing of that run over Christmas break, and I also learned about a secret area in the game, which is very interesting. So I'll share that as well. It's very, very tricky to get to. I can't imagine anyone would ever find it without learning about it from someone that knows how to do it. Yeah, so that'll be one of the things. I said I wasn't going to announce it, but I'm talking about it already. I think I might do unlimited DOS breaks, which could be incredibly chaotic, but we'll see. I am still thinking about whether or not I really want to do that, but it might be fun. And then I thought we'd also check out some Playdate games, because it's been a little while, and Playdate games are fun. So that's the tentative plan for that evening's activities. And also, perhaps most importantly, I will share my photos of my teenage Vanilla Ice haircut, which I did finally locate recently. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be probably on the 19th. I will announce that more officially once I'm certain about it. So that means that this Friday we will finally get back to Conquest of Camelot, which I'm very excited about. Also, I recently bought this on eBay. So that will probably be sometime after I finish Camelot. Though I think I want to do some World Builder streams in between, but we'll definitely be playing Longbow eventually. People have been talking about it recently, and I had already been looking at it on eBay occasionally, so I figured I'd finally pick up a copy. So yeah, basically back to normal schedule, except for the 19th is the plan. And then eventually I'll finish these 2 games I've been playing for so long. I feel like Camelot, it hasn't been especially difficult, but I keep missing Friday streams for a number of reasons. So I feel like I've only done 3 streams of that, if even. Apologies for taking so long. Conquest of Longbow, so hot right now. Very true. Okay, let's find someone to raid here. So I was thinking that since I miss so much of December, and the December website still shows everyone playing, everyone that registered for December. I figure we continue to try to raid folks from that as long as we are playing these 2 DOS games we're working on. So let's see who is live. Got some options. I think we haven't rated Taco Adventure in a bit. So I think we'll stop over there. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for putting up with my slow brain today and all my nose blowing. I hope y'all are doing well. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around.